Welcome in, folks. We have some breaking developments, and as promised, I didn't sleep. We'll get to it. They're searching a new area, folks, and we have some video too. We have some video. There's a new area being searched. We'll get some video up in a bit. How's everyone doing this morning? Something big's happening. Aerial footage shows authorities searching manhole behind Nancy Guthrie's house. They didn't search it before? What's up? What's up? They didn't search this before? How's everyone doing? Welcome in. This is big. Footage is showing authorities searching manhole. What? All right. Did you all get notified? Let me know in the comments. Did you all get notified? Let me know in the comments if you got notified. Also, let me know what country, city, or state you are watching from. I apologize. I just got up. I've been trying to look for updates for you all. And yeah, I'll get a little bit more organized coming next week. Everyone got notified. Breaking news here. I think this is big. I think this thing gets pretty much solved today. What do you guys think? Hit that one. Let me get some video for you. Stay tuned as people come in. I'm going to be tweeting this at NerdLecca on Twitter. What are your theories? Let me know in the comments. There's a new search. Sheriffs are back at Nancy Guthrie's home. This time they're searching behind, it looks like. They're looking at a manhole. Somebody said that yesterday, though. Also, the ransom, one of the outlets said the ransom was for $6 million. Kind of weird. They gave out the number, right? Thanks for the super chat. Lita. Or the super sticker. Thanks for the support. Helps for coffee. Thank you. Hearts for you. I know a lot of you have theories. Let me get some video here for you. Once again, let me know if you got notified. Let me know what country, city, or state you are watching from. Also, let me know your theories and concerns about the case. The sheriff has really fucked up. I mean, here we go. Here's some video.
Or so, we saw an unmarked vehicle with law enforcement drive up. The two spoke, they got back in their cars, and then we saw yet a third member of law enforcement walk up. 3 people walked to the back, 2 to 3 people walked to the back, and you can see them now. And they are what our drone team is describing to us. The Fox flight team is describing this as possibly a manhole.
So that's a manhole. They've discovered in the back. I don't know why that's new news. Excuse me, folks. Thank you, Latino Slant. Khalifa's in the house. Latino Slant, great YouTube channel. Tackles all the serious issues and has fun. Check out Latino Slant if you can. Yeah, it's Latino Slant. This says this is not good for the Guthrie family. So sad. I think there's something here, folks. But are you shocked that they're discovering these things so late in the game? Like, wouldn't you look for a manhole? Like one of the first things you look at. Like, what if she accidentally fell in there? Like, it makes no sense. You know, being an older person, we don't know if she has some sort of like disease that messes with her mind. She started wandering.
And let's bring in the aforementioned senior correspondent, Alicia Acuna, outside the home there. Alicia, we're watching these pictures from the Fox flight team. Clearly, there is something happening over there. We don't know exactly the nature of it. What can you tell us from your vantage point?
Hi, Kevin. I can set the scene here for you. About an hour and a half ago, we had a sheriff's deputy come up, park in front of the home. That caught everyone's attention. Now, not
is the audio okay, folks? Let me know in the comments.
Too long ago, within the last 20 minutes or so, we saw an unmarked vehicle with law enforcement drive up. The two spoke, they got back in their cars, and then we saw yet a third member of law enforcement walk up. Three people walked to the back, 2 to 3 people walked to the back, and you can see them now. And they are what our drone team is describing to us. The Fox flight team is describing this as possibly a manhole. I heard Jonathan say that it could be some sort of water drainage. Either one of those is possible. We're not quite sure. But they've been poking around in there, almost like they're looking for a sample of some sort. Looking into this area. We've been kept back just a bit, actually. Usually when they have some sort of activity here at the site of Nancy Guthrie's home, we're often pushed back. The media is pushed back so they can do their job. Clearly, they're not concerned about that right now because we've all been allowed to stay as law enforcement continues its work to the back. Kevin?
Thank you.
Let me ask you about the searches that were happening, Alicia, Saturday over at the home of Annie Guthrie. Have you heard anything about the nature of those searches?
Everything we've gotten has been from our Fox Digital team. They were on site when about 4.5 hours after Savannah Guthrie and her siblings released that most recent video. They arrived at that home. They were there for about 2.5 hours. And according to our Fox team on the ground there, they could see, they could hear clanking of some noise being made. They could also see in the garage area what seemed to be flashes of light coming from a camera. And then they noticed in another whole opposite side of the house, we don't know if it was a bedroom, but it was definitely a different room. They started seeing flashing lights, camera flashes, they assumed as well. They also noticed that someone inside the home put up something to cover the window, probably as to, you know, to keep the media from knowing exactly what.
Damn, you can see what they were taking pictures of within the window.
They were doing. They were in there for quite some time, Kevin. Also, one of the agents was seen walking out. He had latex gloves on. They had a white folding table. They also carried out, one of the agents, a brown paper bag. We obviously don't know what's in it, but when you look at those types of behaviors and what law enforcement was doing there for so long, the family wasn't there, we understand. The question is, was this evidence collection? Because the behaviors there, if you go back to any other case that you've covered, Kevin, you and I both, that looks and sounds a lot like evidence collection. As Jonathan mentioned, the Sheriff's Department reiterates, just as this is happening, that they will not be holding a news conference, that they won't be coming forward with any new information.
No news conference? Hello? Is he at the basketball game? What?
And the question is, was this evidence collection? Because the behaviors there, if you go back to any other case that you've covered, Kevin, you and I both, that looks and sounds a lot like evidence collection. As Jonathan mentioned, The sheriff's department reiterates, just as this is happening, that they will not be holding a news conference, that they won't be coming forward with any new information at this time. They still don't have a vehicle of interest, and they still don't have a person of interest. However, there is a tremendous amount of evidence collection going on. Obviously, there is a tremendous amount of activity happening as well. We have not had a news conference from the sheriff of Pima County since Thursday.
And I understand if the pictures were accurate, that apparently someone in leadership over there was at a basketball game, which is probably not the best look for the department, but I'm not certain if that's actually been verified. But let me ask you while we have you, Alicia.
It was verified, no?
I know that local news has been a bit of a repository for information regarding alleged demands, alleged requests made. Is that also happening in local Spanish TV, to your knowledge? And what, if anything, can we glean from the fact that the alleged abductors continue to be working at least somewhat to get the word out to local media?
It is interesting, isn't it, Kevin? Because obviously the kidnapping of Savannah Guthrie, an NBC News star, her mother, was going to garner national attention. And whoever's behind this decided to reach out to, as far as we know, 2 local TV stations here in the Tucson area. In addition to TMZ, they did not reach out to NBC, the employer of Savannah Guthrie. So only the person who's done this knows what the thinking is behind that, why those 2 local stations.
Yeah, this entire thing doesn't make sense. Why would you call, if you want money, why would you call TMZ? This doesn't make sense. Who agrees with me? Like, do they want clout or do they want the money?
Stations. There were other stations here. You asked about Spanish language. I cannot answer that question. I do not know. But it is compelling. And one of the stations received yet a second note. They did not release it to the public. They did tell us, though, one of their hosts went on one of the other networks and said that note did not contain proof of life. It did not contain another deadline. And they really didn't go into much more detail.
Yeah, and that's the part that obviously the family is so desperate to see. We want to see proof of life so that, and again, they said in the video that we played, listen, we'll pay. We just want Nancy back. Stay on it for us, Alicia Acuna. We appreciate your time.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here.
That caught everyone's attention. Now, not too long ago, within the last 20 minutes or so, we saw an unmarked vehicle with law enforcement drive up. The 2 spoke, they got back in their cars, and then we saw yet a third member of law enforcement walk up. 3 people walked to the back, 2 to 3 people walked to the back, and you can see them now.
All right. Thanks for the no sound. Okay, so Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, Ransom demanded $6 million. That was one of the reporters I saw reported that in the news. I don't know if that's $6 million worth of Bitcoin. Kind of dumb. Right? Kind of dumb. All right, let me see if I can see any more footage. If I can find any more footage. As there's a manhole. They just discovered one. I don't know how they just discovered one, but okay. What do you guys think is happening? You got this video too. I don't get to. What is this?
She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
Catherine is very gentle and kind. Talk to her and you'll see.
She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
Catherine is very gentle and kind. Talk to her and you'll see.
So the one on the right is from Silence of the Lamb, and people on the internet have way too much time on their hands. I don't think it's a copy. I mean, I'm sure the people that directed Silence of the Lamb or wrote it, they probably cleared it with the FBI, and that's probably a generic speech or generic wording. Oh, did you guys notice how Nancy Guthrie has blonde hair too? Just like the lady from Silence of the Lamb. Isn't that weird? And they both have dark roots. Just like in Silence of the Lamb. Nancy Guthrie, just like the lady from Silence of the Lamb, has two eyeballs, a nose, and a mouth. That's fucking weird, man. That is weird. That is weird. And notice the neck. You notice the neck? And the earrings. I don't know, man. There's something there. There is something there. There's something there. Also, the jeans. Please, people. Films are supposed to be realistic, right? They're trying to take you out of reality and be real, right? All right, let me see if I can see more footage, folks. If I can find more footage, I can see it, but all right, let's see what this says. Former Today Show co-host says he believes NBC could easily pay ransom to bring Nancy Guthrie home. Yeah, it'd be good PR, you know, definitely. I think NBC could pay the ransom, but the thing is she available? Could you guys hear this?
Now the host of Hot Mics with Billy Bush. Billy Bush.
Oh, it's Billy Bush. All right.
Billy, thanks for being here. You used to work at NBC with Savannah.
Isn't this the guy that the grab him by the Trump was talking to when Trump said they let them grab you by the pee? Isn't this the guy he was walking with? When Trump said they let them grab you by the pee? And now he's talking about Blake Lively a lot, this guy?
And Guthrie, what is your take
I'm not familiar
on what's
with him.
going on with her mom, especially now that this video the family dropped has removed the demand for a proof of life?
I know I feel like I'm watching some kind of streaming series, you know. It's like, this can't be real. It's the most surreal thing in the world. This woman that everybody feels like they know on the Today Show is all of a sudden addressing a camera, talking to a kidnapper about ransom. We will pay your demands. It's like, real? How is this even possible?
Yeah, none of this makes
I think
sense.
there's just a ton of dismay. The tone in Savannah's second posting yesterday was notably more beaten down, sad, wearing the same clothes as she was wearing in the first one. She's obviously, you know, getting no sleep at all. Some people are reading into that this this could be a sign that, you know, we want the return of our mom, you know, so we can celebrate with her. What does that mean? I would not, you know, at this point go speculate.
Yeah,
I frankly think it's, you know, there's reason to be very hopeful and optimistic. I mean,
I'm not going to speculate, but I'm going to be
report
hopeful.
is that at Monday by 5 o'clock, they want a $6 million Bitcoin ransom. That means that Nancy Guthrie as well, and $6 million for NBC is a quick stroke of a quick hit send.
Yep.
And they should be able to get that done very easily. And I don't, the idea that Nancy Guthrie would be at that point. This is obviously a greedy little somebody who understands how VPNs work, virtual private networks, and how to hide your internet address. And, well enough that seriously enough that the FBI, can't seem to get there now in its 8th day. But I
wonder, the FBI must know more.
Believe that money will be exchanged, and let's get Nancy back, and then let's find them and let these people meet the ultimate consequences.
And Billy, we've got some crazy new video from overnight. The Pima County Sheriff was in the house at an Arizona Wildcats basketball game last night. Can this guy read the room, or is it okay?
Yeah, this guy dropped the ball, man. Could he read the room?
For this sheriff to be at an NCAA event while the entire world is waiting for an update about Nancy Guthrie from him.
I don't think most of the world was very impressed with his first update. So if that means that, he's at the game, if that means that the FBI has taken over, then that's a good thing. Stay at the game. I'm sorry. His first update, I was so frustrated watching him meander around the microphone in details. And, I'm sure he's a lovely man, but
oh my God,
this
Billy
is a
Bush
serious thing. And I think our, and our best and our finest should be on it. And maybe that means FBI is, they've got him in the background.
And we are going to have updates about Nancy Guthrie as we have them, but we do want to get to some other topics with you, Billy. There is an Olympic spoiler ahead.
Who cares? Is anyone watching the Olympics? Who's not going to watch the Super Bowl? And should I go live with this topic during the Super Bowl? Because I never watch the Super Bowl. I don't care who's on there. Nancy Guthrie, this is via the sheriff department. Nancy Guthrie's investigation is ongoing. Follow-up continues at multiple locations. No suspect, person of interest, or vehicles have been identified. No scheduled press briefing. If any significant developments occur in the case, a press conference will be called. Pass on the Super Bowl. What do you mean Jeanette was taken down? What do you mean? Oh, the ice skating? I don't care. I only used to care about boxing, but I mean, it's not even a significant sport at this point. Bad Bunny's going to perform, right? Everybody's going to be watching. I don't think people are going to watch it. They're just going to find out what he did after in the news. And then he's going to play the violin, how everybody's racist, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll use Bad Bunny as a pawn to push political agendas. And then by Wednesday, everyone forgot who Bad Bunny was because the name is dumb as fuck. The name is dumb. He's not really talented. And, he's like the worst Puerto Rican, out of all the Puerto Rican artists, he's probably the worst one, man. I gotta say. And then I talk to people in Puerto Rico; they don't even like him. It's crazy. Aerial footage. Let's see what else is going on here. The sheriff has really dropped the ball, though. Why don't they just set up in front of the house, right? They should just set up in front of the house. That's not dance music, Jules. Come on. I play dance music. I know what dance music is. What's up? What's up, Ann? All right, let's see this one.
Now let's bring in Janine Pirro, the U.S. Attorney for D.C. Judge, what do you make of where things stand?
Well, first of all, I mean, all of our hearts go out to Savannah and her family. I mean, I had an incredible relationship with my mom, and I can only imagine what it's like for Savannah and her.
That's why everyone could relate.
Her siblings. That's number one. Number two, there was a detective on earlier who talked about how sophisticated these people are. I believe they're very sophisticated in terms of, you know, the IP address, using VPNs, messages that could be going through other countries and other IP addresses. Then, you know, it's not the old money drop anymore. It's Bitcoin, the Bitcoin wallet. Then it goes through a blockchain. It could go through other countries. There was a lot of thought that went into this. And if they know they're dealing with someone very smart. Savannah's a very smart woman, and I'm sure her family is as well. They need to know that they have to keep her alive. They knew if they did any kind of casing, and they clearly did, there was talk about a van unusual in the neighborhood. Maybe it was just a van doing work.
Okay, so we get the van mentioned. Nothing with that. Okay, if there is actually a body in the manhole, that means the ransom note stuff was all bullshit, right? It was a scam attempt. If there's a body there in the manhole where they're looking at, because why would the ransom people? How could the ransom people come back and put the body in the manhole? Am I wrong?
Who knows? But they knew she was on medication. You could tell from her arms.
Well, yeah, that's why it's bullcrap. That's what I mean. I didn't say that they made up the. I said, okay, let me rephrase that. Whoever called in with the ransom note may have been bluffing. It may have been bullcrap, right?
Out there? Did somebody get medication at a drugstore? Did something happen? I don't know. We don't know. And when she continues to ask the abductors to make contact, we don't know if there's backdoor communications going on now.
If there's a line of
right. There may be another line of communication. They are willing to pay, whether it's for, you know, her alive. And I can't imagine the abductors, as sophisticated as they appear to be, don't understand that they want proof of life.
Do you think it's an international sophistication?
I don't know that it's international, but what I'm saying is that they're using, you know, technology today. Old crimes are being committed in new ways because of advanced technology. It's hard for us to figure this out.
Let me take you into that just a little bit, Judge, because you at DOJ, you know, they deal with this every day. I have a close friend who that was subject of health, you know, hospital chain of sorts. And, you know, these hackers come in and they make a ransom, and it's all done Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And this is super close to the crime scene for active case.
They try and help these companies in the case
normal
of my
for them
friend,
not to fully
to actually
close the road,
payment
except
to make it go away, because then when it goes, you know, public, then of course it's a bigger problem to contain. And the ultimate goal is to not be taken, you know, ransom, kidnapped, if you will. In this case, does it seem like these alleged kidnappers might be at the sophistication level of someone that would like take, you know, ransom kidnapping of like a company?
Yeah, I think they're very sophisticated. I mean, here we are. It's a week later, and now, you know, thank goodness we've got the president adding whatever resources that they need.
So, what do you think? Do you think there's going to be a breakthrough tonight during the Super Bowl to interrupt it?
And you know, we're still going back to where we started. They're going back to the roof. They're going back to the daughter's house. We don't know a lot. They're keeping a lot close to the vest. Who took her home? We don't know. Who was at dinner that night? Were there other people at dinner? Were there any kind of conversations that we may not know about? They know about it. We don't know about it. They pulled the Ring camera off. You know, she is now separated. The pacemaker is no longer connected to her phone. These people knew the woman was on a pacemaker. They knew she was on medication.
Do you think
Maybe not. Not if she's in the ditch.
they made mistakes in the investigation so far?
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not close enough to it. But what I do know is that we're dealing with smart people on both sides. You've got Nancy, you've got her family, you've got the country who is focused on this. How dare you kidnap an 84-year-old woman and take her for ransom? Why?
What do you
Yeah, it
make
makes
of
no
what
sense.
I asked Ted Williams just earlier? Like,
Let's go to something else here. Folks, we're on it. Thank you, everybody who subscribed yesterday. We're almost at 78,000 subscribers. Thank you. Congratulations, Nerd Troopers. Here's video from last night. Hit that one if you're new to the channel. Let me know what country, city, or state you're watching from, of course. Keep the conversation going about Nancy, Guthrie. This is the scene outside, courtesy of JLR Investigates. This is the scene outside. This may be, I'm not 100% sure, this may be Savannah Guthrie's home. I wish I would have gone. Maybe I would go. If it continues for a week, maybe I'll go. Should I go over there? Mod Squad, should I go over there?
So I was looking around. There's actually no other live streams outside here right now. I was looking to see if AP or anybody, but they're not. I don't believe they're live.
No one is live over there. Could you believe that? Okay, we got some more news. Thanks. Okay.
I think something's going down.
I think something's going down too. Oh boy. Thanks for that, Michelle.
We just wait and see. If you're new to the chat, welcome. Out here in front of Nancy Guthrie's home. And I thought something was going on down there. People said they're at Annie's house. Let me go look into Annie. Let me see.
All right, if you just got here, the latest is they're digging inside a manhole in the back area or near Nancy Guthrie's home, which I think is bizarre that they did not notice it before. I mean, do you all think that's bizarre? I don't know. All right, some according to a report, some so-called experts are claiming that the ransom note may have not been from the U.S.
Annie Guthrie's home. I was looking. I think people are posting from this
whole thing is bizarre.
Night.
This entire thing's weird. Who thinks this is weird? Hey, by the way, I want to thank Susan for the very generous PayPal donation to keep the channel on. Thank you, Susan, in the chat for sending over that PayPal. It really, really helps. I really need the coffee. I'm burning out, man. I was all night trying to look for updates, and I gotta be honest with you, I was about to take another nap, and then this breaks. So I really, really appreciate it. Mods, share the PayPal if you guys want to send in a PayPal, but hearts for Susan also. Linda, thanks for the super sticker. And of course, my man, Latino Slant, thanks for that very generous donation. We're watching JLR's live stream. Apparently, he said it's cool if we stream it. People stream it as long as we give them credit. So let's give them credit. It's hot again, huh? It's really hot in LA, and it's almost unbearable.
It's more of a just like to see your standby. I don't know. I don't know what's planned. I don't know what's popping off.
There's nothing happening.
More and more.
Yeah. Just in the driver's seat.
All right, let's see what Brian Enton has to say. All right. So Brian Enton is, if you don't know who he is, he's well known. I wouldn't say he's just a YouTuber, but he's very known with the YouTube community as like I would say he's like a true crime guy, but I don't know. He probably covers other things, right? Let's see. God. He's working on a few things. Says latest from the sheriff on Nancy Guthrie's investigation. Investigators have not identified any specific person of interest or vehicle connected to the case. Well, I mean, he looking at the basketball game? You know what I mean? Yeah, 7 days already. Jakeem, thank you so much for that PayPal. I mean, sorry, that super chat. Hey, Lewis, I just got here. Where are the police searching, please? From what I understand, they're at Nancy Guthrie's home. I'll play the video in a little bit, Jakeem. They're at Nancy Guthrie's home, and they're looking inside a manhole. And it looks pretty big, like someone could fit in there. But my question is, why the hell did they not look into it before? I mean, if they're investigating, wouldn't they sit down with the family and say, hey, are there any ditches she could get stuck in? Are there any where are all the cameras? You know what I mean? Wouldn't you think they'd be asking that? Hearts for Jakeem, by the way. Okay, so he calls it a septic tank. I don't know what's a septic tank. Well, I mean, they should not necessarily. They were under the assumption she was alive. I wouldn't assume anything, though. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know what the protocol is, but why would you assume anything? Here's video. The AP's there.
We're just gonna see. There's just kind of like a lull here, folks. But I don't know what's going on. Came here probably about
toilet waste. Oh, okay.
30
Thank you, brother.
So
we don't have those here in LA. We just poop on the sidewalk. That's where Newsom has his poop. Thank you, Matthew. Welcome in, by the way. By the way, we are also on X, simultaneously broadcasting on X, Nerd Report. Actually, Nerd Lecca on X, and we are Nerd Report on Rumble. So head over to the Rumble if you're not there yet, and see what's up.
Video as well. Not only the words, but how they were saying them.
It's a very somber tone,
right?
You know,
it is
it's
a
not
somber
like
tone.
They were excited, like they were upbeat to get her back. I mean, the body language from the first video into the second video is very telling as well. And I really feel that this person or persons, all right, they had some inside help to know what was going on, when to do this, and the other side of this is that this could be very well, it could be AI generated as well, because if you look at the way AI is working.
Yeah, head over to X, folks, and join me on X.
This is very, there's threads that they can go on with this. But, I'm glad they're not putting out the whole story with this. Excuse me. I feel that they should keep everything close to the vest, especially.
Let's see what else is out there. Just the aerial footage. Wait, did they cancel the alternative Super Bowl thing entirely? Kid Rock.
Family, freedom. Those are the values
What the hell's going on
guiding
here?
Turning Point USA's All-American Halftime Show.
Yep, the star-studded lineup includes Brantley Gilbert, Gabby Barrett, Lee Brice,
Who?
And it's, of course, the headliner is the Detroit Cowboy himself, Kid Rock.
So the music legend himself joined.
Kind of trash, dude. All these things are trash. Kid Rock, the country festival canceled in South Carolina after. Oh, it's another festival. Who cares? Hack's a hack. Everyone's a hack, man. Everyone's a hack. All this is who. Everyone's a hack. You think these popular musicians are there because they're good? Yeah, I don't think it's the same thing as the show. None of these people are there because they're good. Hacks. Wait till you all that support Bad Bunny listen to him sing. You guys are gonna vomit. A lot of first timers today. He's the best. He's the best, and they're gonna tune in and go, "What the is that shit?" You thought Taylor Swift was bad. Is this a political channel? It's whatever I want it to be. Yeah. It may turn into, I don't know, it may turn into cartoons in a bit. You're not here for politics? All right. I don't make my videos to bend to the knee of goofy people that want, so everybody don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. I mean, that's all I could say. Is this now notice this idiot that just posted that. Literally, I noticed that when I said, hey guys, please support me on X, this person that said it, that's worried because it's a political channel, stated something negative about X, because a political statement. They had a political narrative towards X that was. So I said earlier, the same person that asked me if this is a political channel and they're not here for politics is bringing up politics. When all I said before I brought up Dumb Bunny is, hey, make sure to support me on X. And then they had something negative to say about X. Obviously, because they probably don't like Elon Musk's politics. And then when I say that these people are, I'm talking about the news, that I'm not a fan of any of these stars, these music people, they go ahead and say, I'm not here for politics. You brought up the politics and I schooled you. Right? They're not trolls. They're just triggered. This is what you call derangement syndrome. All right? If you're this topic is about finding out where Nancy Guthrie is mostly. We stumble across other things as well, right? We have a conversation with the community. That's just the way it is. Right? You're going to agree with some of it. You're not going to agree with some of it. All right. So there's the ditch right there. The manhole. All right. Now that's it's pretty big, although this agent looks kind of thin. Only because I don't understand his music. No, I'm only because I don't understand his music is why I say that. No, it's because it sounds like shit is why I say that. It's off. I don't like the rhythm. I don't like. There's plenty of music. By the way, I'm very fluent in Spanish. Like super fluent in Spanish. And his rhythms don't do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's because you don't understand his music. You like it. I don't know. I mean, it is art. It is subjective. But if you think he's on there because pure talent, I have a bridge to sell you. You know what I mean? I mean, if you like it, you like it. I'm telling you right now, after Thursday, no one's going to be talking about this. Yeah, you don't have to understand the music to know it sounds like garbage. I know far better talent. Yeah, far better talent that's come out of Puerto Rico, too. By the way, I gotta have a confession to make. I have no idea what the hell Michael Jackson says in his music half the time. Who else is with me on that? And I think he's awesome. I think Michael Jackson is or was one of the best. Savannah Guthrie's sister's home searched again. That was yesterday, right? 1 week after Mother Nancy Guthrie disappearance. But I'm trying to find out what they took out. Why they went back in there. This dynamic must be nuts, man. Imagine, like, her house was searched and she's in the video. Like, I don't get it.
We want to bring in Dan O'Shea. He is a retired Navy SEAL commander and former hostage negotiator.
All right, this was an interesting one. Let me know if you could hear this.
Incredible reporting there as we watch the live pictures. What do you make of what you're seeing over in the grounds there right now? It looks like.
All right, this is a good one. Thanks, Michelle, once again, working behind the scenes. We won't tell Popcorn Planet. We won't tell Popcorn Planet that you're a double agent for Nerd Report. Yeah. We'll keep it. We won't tell anybody, all right?
It's like they're still sort of working perhaps in a water or sewer line there, also working around some of the vegetation on the grounds.
Well, obviously, intelligence has come in, maybe from the second ransom note that they haven't released the details publicly, but it gave some more insight because the kidnappers have to prove that they have Miss Guthrie in custody and in their possession, if you will. And maybe that is what's driving this new investigation. But again, the officials are being very tight-lipped at this point. There's such media focus, and I think that the constant media circus is only complicating efforts. But I think personally, this is exactly what the abductors want. They're doing this intentionally, and I think they're more interested in less in money and more in exposure.
An abductor more interested in exposure than money. Are you all buying that?
And they're getting everything they asked for.
I asked Alicia if it might be useful for investigators to also work with local Spanish television. There is a wide and diverse population in that area. Maybe that could also, again, help get word out. If you see something, say something. Does that happen in the course of investigation at all? Do they sort of send messages out broadly to different communities?
Well, this is a unique case. Again, it's being fueled, the virality of the story, the public pleas by Savannah and her siblings, begging for a proof of life, wanting to say, hey, we will pay, which I think as I understand, she's made a commitment that they're going to pay the ransom without confirming proof of life, which is.
Okay, but she said, we understand. We got your message and we understand. What's up, Project Metal? By the way, folks, we are 30 away from 78,000 subscribers. If you like the give and take commentary I'm providing and up to the minute updates on this case and others, do me a favor and subscribe. We could reach 78,000 subscribers right now. Double check that you are subscribed.
A catastrophic mistake. I think the media exposure is exactly what the abductors wanted. They're getting what they want. And right now they're willing to have someone potentially send millions of dollars in Bitcoin that is going to be very hard to trace back for no gain.
Is Bitcoin hard to trace back?
This is what's driving this story. And it's taking other stories off the news. And I think there's multiple other layers we need to be looking at, about the motives of the kidnappers themselves.
Yeah, and I think it's fair. People have said, listen, people go missing all the time. I do think, however, this is a circumstance that is an unusual and a unique one. And I think it's fair to say it's not every day that someone of national note has a parent go missing in such a way. There was apparently, at least my understanding is, and Alicia alluded to this, as did Jonathan Hunt, Saturday night, investigators were back over at Annie Guthrie's home. Is that just sort of dotting I's and crossing T's? You sort of keep going back over to the home of different family members. Walk me through the thinking behind going back over, taking more pictures, or maybe removing items.
Well, and bottom line is, in a lot of kidnappings, it's usually many times there are family members or relatives involved. There's internal family jealousies. There's resentment with maybe one sibling who's done very well,
People wanna say it's someone in the family.
and the others who haven't. So they've got to overturn every stone. And when more intelligence come in, they need to go back, and that's why you're seeing this exhaustive. I mean, we're at day 8 of this crisis. The clock is ticking. Nancy.
Matthew says, yes, scammers get people to buy gift cards that will be used to send scammer bitcoins. Man, I don't know. This is so weird. I couldn't tell you about I don't know anything about bitcoins. Seems kind of weird. Seems kind of scammy to me.
Guthrie is supposed to be on daily meds. She presumably hasn't had in a week. So I think everything is rationing up.
If it's someone that knows her, wouldn't they know about the meds?
And why they're going after anything and everything, including going back to family members to rule out all possibilities.
Let me ask you, as a former hostage negotiator, what is the message you're trying to get out to the apparent abductors in this circumstance? I thought the family, with their videos, have really done an effective job, Dan, of just not just humanizing what's happening, but also sending messaging out there saying, listen, we understand. We are in contact the best way we can with you. We will pay. I think they're handling this the right way. As a former hostage negotiator, is there anything more that...
If you just got here, like Anne's asking why they're showing a guy wandering around. Okay, so they're digging in through a ditch. I think this is maybe footage from before, so it's not up to date.
Ought to be happening.
Well, to be frank, this is the last scenario a hostage negotiator wants to be in, because you want to do negotiations in good faith behind the scenes where you're going one-on-one and you're holding on to the leverage. They want the money. You want your husband, loved one, grandmother back, whoever that is. So this exposure does not help the situation. And, it's hard. I mean, the first public plea that they made out to the world with their 2 siblings, on either side of her, they made all the right statements. They were saying, we need proof of life. We want to confirm that she's alive. She's a wonderful person. They're humanizing them. They're raising the value of the hostages, the emotional value in the eyes of the kidnapper. But now they're turning over all the leverage. So the kidnappers or the abductors, they have all the leverage in this game. The fact that they've said, we will pay without proof of life. And it'd be one thing if it was a direct phone call between Savannah and the kidnappers on a phone call, because normally kidnappers would call the house and make the demands. In this case, they're pushing the demands through the media. Again, not a good faith negotiation. So all leverage is in the hand of the abductors at this point. And every time they're making...
Do you all think the abductors have the upper hand?
Another statement, they're giving that up, and they're putting it out on Instagram, which is just, what is the last place you want to do sensitive negotiations.
We've got about 30 seconds left. What, if anything, can you offer to the family? They're hanging on to hope, and God bless them. As I've mentioned before, Savannah's a friend personally, and I'm obviously praying for her, as are millions of Americans out there hoping for the very best outcome here.
Listen, my heart goes out to the family, and I have to say this, I worked over 400 kidnappings in Iraq, 40 plus American kidnapping cases, and we always had to start with a presumption that their loved one was not coming home because of the scenario.
Okay, let's talk about this. If it was the family, right? So why would there be a ransom note with the family? Like... Especially since the family member, they think people are, I don't know, people think it is the main quote unquote suspect for the money. But it's like, all right, hypothetically, Michelle, you kidnapped my mom. All right, Michelle, hypothetically, right? And then I get a ransom note. I don't know you did it, right? This is just a story I made up. I don't know who did it, but people are saying that you did it, right? People are all over the place. People are saying you did it. And then I get a ransom note, and then I address the ransom note, but people are still saying you did it. But you're in. So I addressed the situation with a video that you're in. Wouldn't I like turn to the side and go, hey, hey, Michelle, do you have my mom? Right? Like, it's a bluff. Yeah, maybe. Hypothetically, everything I'm saying, all right? my mom just goes, Michelle, don't take. My mom just goes, don't do it. Yeah. All right. Okay, so thanks for this as well. The red lines are the road leading up to Nancy Guthrie's house, and you're telling me the 13 houses along the road have no CCTV footage of a car in this quiet neighborhood at 2 to 3 a.m. That's another weird one. Thank you, JP, Jason Props, all right, on X. By the way, don't believe the hype, folks. X is the best place to get information. I'm sorry, there's nothing like it. Like, people are on it on there. So if you believe, everyone uses it, even the people that hate it, so because they have to, all right? So no, this is what the media should be doing, but we got this guy doing it. Good job. Let's give him a follow. Let's give him a like. Let me share this, right? So this is her home? Oh my God, look at how secluded that is though, right? Yeah, it's faster than Google. Technically, Michelle could hire someone to kidnap your mom. my mom's hiding right now from Michelle. Jeez. I mean, we're not laughing at the situation. It's a very sad situation, but sometimes laughter brings sanity to people, right? People are trying to give Michelle tips on how to kidnap my mom. Come on, guys. I thought you all were my friends. Exactly. Well, okay. So Tiffany's asking, why was an older lady there by herself? And that's a question I've asked yesterday. But also, a lot of the community said, they expressed the opinion that sometimes people that live in a place for a very long time, it's very difficult to convince them to change or to move, because they're used to the place. They have a emotional attachment to it and stuff like that. And it's like, look, long story short, old people are hard-headed. That's and maybe she didn't want to leave. Stop assuming everybody's on social media. I don't know what that means. By the way, YouTube is social media, just so you know. I don't think everybody's on social media now. I know a lot of people that are not. Why didn't Annie go to take her mother home? I don't know. She didn't? Who took her mom home after church or whatever? Was it church? Yeah. By the way, my mom says, don't bother kidnapping her. She says, my son only has coffee money, and that's not very much. By the way, speaking of coffee, perfect, Mom. I do have a goal to buy me a coffee right now. $5 super chat. I posted the goal. to get me coffee, to give me energy to keep covering this thing. I haven't slept in a couple days. Well, I slept it on and off and I'm tired, but the coffee keeps the energy going. Who's going to be the person to send that super chat? Is it going to be you? I'll give you a shout out. I love you forever. And I'll have a coffee on you. So send in a super chat, goes to the coffee fund right now. Goal is set up. So I'm intrigued with this map. I'm intrigued with this map. I haven't hit my goal. No, I need to hit my goal. The super chat goal is up. So I'm intrigued with this map because it is just, there's so many things that are coming out here that make no sense. I mean, even if you want to say, why is there an elderly person living in that area? Right? That makes no sense to some people. Then there's no cameras on the road. There's no cameras on the road. Man, and that place is scary as hell, man. This place. Did you hear the coyotes last night? That shit was. Let's see what. Now I saw her on. I saw her.
A week now, the 84-year-old woman is believed to have been kidnapped from her Tucson
Location. Let me know if you could hear her. Okay.
Nancy Guthrie has officially been missing for 1 week now. The 84-year-old woman is believed to have been kidnapped from her Tucson home here in the Catalina Foothills neighborhood. I want to show you we're at her house this morning, and you can see that law enforcement is back. Those are 2 deputies parked out front with the Pima County Sheriff's Office. And just a few minutes ago, we saw investigators appear to be searching the back of her property. They were here for maybe 30 minutes or so before wrapping up and leaving. This comes as the sheriff's office tells us that they would be conducting follow-up today. They're not providing any new updates and continue to tell us that they have no suspects, people of interest, or any vehicles identified in association with this case. So we're continuing to try to ask them follow up, but they tell us there's not going to be any media availability until a development is made in this case. So stay with 12 News. As soon as that happens, we'll share it with you. Nancy Guthrie has officially been missing for 1 week now. The 84-year-old woman.
All right, we have more, even more footage right here. New footage, folks. There's JLR right there with the red shorts. Who are these people?
All right, they're going in the back. Going in the back, right side of the house. In the backyard. In the backyard, folks.
Man, I would love to hear what they're discussing there. Wouldn't you?
In the backyard. In the backyard, folks.
She did. Did she have a camera? She did have a camera. It was just not recording anything. The entire thing's like a booby trap. Look at the cactus over here. The entire thing is like booby trapped. Oh, here we go again. TMZ is updating. BTS's new album will be remixed by Diplo. All right. So, isn't BTS in the K-pop? There's pretty much nothing going on, folks, right now, except that they're digging in the back at a ditch, in a ditch. I just feel like something big's about to be announced. I feel something big is on the horizon. If you all enjoyed this stream, do me a solid. Subscribe right now. Double check that you are subscribed. We're almost at 78,000 subscribers. If you want me to stay on or come back, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like. We're also on Rumble. Nerd Report on Rumble. I'm going to turn it to the chat. Any other comments? Chat, have any comments? Let me know, please. Your input. Chat input time. Press that one if you are not watching the Super Bowl. So or the big game, whatever it's called. So I could go live. If everyone's gonna be busy watching the game, then I'm not gonna go live unless something big breaks. No, okay. So you guys are not watching it. By the way, okay. So who's not gonna watch it? Press that one button. Press that not one button. Who's not gonna watch because they're not interested in the game? Press that one. All right. Just so you know, everybody who's not watching it is racist. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. all you people that pressed one got outed. I'm kidding, folks. You're now forced to watch the. Oh, but everybody got caught. No, you're required to watch it now. Yeah, just for the record, I don't watch football. I never have, so I don't know why I would start now. And I never liked the halftime show either. Whoever it is, I don't care who it is. All right, folks, I'll be back with some exclusives if anything anything breaks on the case, or if anything else breaks, some crazy things. I will be live again today. All right, so I'll see you soon. No doubt.